What is up, YouTube? It is I, Clutch Marles, and I'm back. And we are home from Bash for Cash. Now, this was my first time going to Bash for Cash. Got to go up, make some TikToks and videos for the Smash It page. And while I was up there, Devin Schmidt, some youth driver, asked him to ride passenger with him. So there was a group of kids standing around, and I yelled out, "Does anyone else need a passenger?" And one kid said, "I might." So I ended up riding with this kid. Devin rode with another, and me and this boy, we rolled her down to fucking 5th place. And before we got shoved in a corner and timed out, like a 2.5 hour heat. Longest I've ever been on the fucking track. Felt like 20 minutes from the driver's seat. I went through 2 Mountain Dews. I should have known. But yeah, longest I've ever been in the track, and it's sitting passenger with some kid that I just met, and had a fucking blast, you know, getting to see things from the passenger side of the car. I'm still not a fan of having passengers, but giving the kid pointers, telling him to use my door, you know, which way to point the car. I was lucky. He gave me a steering wheel to hold on to on the passenger side, and it spun like it was a fully spinning steering wheel. And the people in the stands and on Facebook Live was making fun of me because I was like, if we wanted to go left, I would fucking wheel the car that way. And they're like, "Did you think you were driving?" And I'm like, "Hey, that's the way I want to go. If the boy should just watch me, and I'll put us there." So yeah, so that was a blast. If you've never been to Bash for Cash, I highly recommend doing so. It is it should be on your bucket list of demolition derbies. It was fucking amazing. I'll talk more about that here shortly. Right now, I'm about to roll up. We're about to exchange my oxygen and acetylene. We got some fucking cars to build, and we're running out of time. So you guys know how I like to do it. You know, wait till the very last minute and try to throw a car together when we've had 3 or 4 months. And now we're trying to get 2 done in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I got a wedding I'm gonna go to this weekend. So yeah, now we are in rush mode. So let's fucking go. Okay, while I was at the Bash for Cash, got 50 pounds of 9-wire. Came home, cut the floorboard out of the Blizzard Bash car. I'm just gonna shoot some bolts anywhere that look sturdy. Gotta get the battery box in, the seat, and then move the fuel cell. So we had storms come in while I was in Ohio, and knocked my fucking lift over. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. So yeah, we got a couple about a week and a half, I think, to build this, and then we gotta get that done. I'm pretty sure this is going cageless. Gotta put a fuel cell in it because the gas tank's like behind the rear axle, and y'all know me, reverse king, so it runs and drives. We're going hoodless, we're going trunkless, and pretty much just going not for a long time, but for a good time. So ain't much to look at, you know. We got the front bolts in. Tomorrow I'll put the back bolts in, and then there'll be 4 bolts holding that pan in, which are the same that are holding the seat in. So back to Bash for Cash. It's like an outdoor warm Blizzard Bash. Like, people have pools set up in the pits. The pits are beautiful. It's like fucking mowed grass and then paved roads. People are swimming. All kinds of food vendors set up. You got the part vendors everywhere. The track is fucking long and skinny. Like it's a good track. You know, we had like a monsoon come down Saturday, and cars were still able to get around pretty damn good. Frank the Tank class. Somebody asked me while I was there, they said, "What's Frank the Tank?" I said, "That's where the drivers are blindfolded and you just hold the gas pedal down until your car dies." And someone walking by goes, "That's pretty much, that describes it pretty good." You know, the mad dog of that class usually gets an old iron, rust-free car. That was Frank the Tank. The relic class, cars that are like 1965 and older. Like watching that in person, like some mint condition fucking cars just rolling out, and you're just like, let's see these bitches get fucking smashed. Like, it was beautiful. The Smash It Minis, you know, here in Indiana, we do not have like a competitive rear-wheel drive mini build out there. They were fucking stout. They would have gave my fucking Crown Vic a run for their money on some of them. The street stock minis and full size, like, that's a good build class. Like, you were seeing bumpers fall off, you were seeing shit fucking bend, people get junked. All in all, it was a great 3-day weekend. You know, Monday being Memorial Day, so nobody really has to rush home Sunday night because, you know, most places aren't working Monday. I 100% recommend anybody that gets the chance to head out there and Chillicothe, Ohio. Make a fucking trip of it. Apparently, there are companies that will rent you a camper and just take it out there and drop it off. I think that's what I'm going to do next year. So, this year I went with a tent. Devin Schmidt, he parked next to me. He slept in his van. We had a great fucking time. We had a great weekend. But now we're home. We got shit to build. We got Corvettes, we got Crown Vics, and we got minivans. So tonight my daughter has a softball game. It's the third one this week, and she's got another one this weekend. So you guys see, you know, I got the Corvette behind me. We got some parts in the mail. I ordered the week 2 weeks ago, and they finally showed up. As you can see, we got a tire on the Corvette. So, you know, it's been on jack stands for like 4 months. So, let me show you a little bit of the Corvette, and then we'll keep it moving. Okay, so here is what I was dealing with on the Corvette. So, the center hub, we'll call that 2 3/4. Then you come over here, and if it'll focus, it's like, let's say 2 9/16. So what is hard for you guys to see is there's a lip. Focus. There's a lip right there. So the inside of this is 2 3/4, but this little lip, which is like a 1/16 on each side, you know, that ends up being like an 1/8 inch combined. So this would not physically fit on because the hub is hitting right here. Now I had two options. I could take it to a machine shop and have them like mill that down, all 4 tires, or just get me some wheel spacers. So you take this, you put it on there, and then you put lug nuts in, and then you bolt the tire to this. And there you have it. Now, I just realized I have to order lug nuts. The old lug nuts were they had the key, and I did not have the key socket to get them off. So I just welded a lug nut to all of them and took them off. I had enough non-keyed lug nuts to put the back tire on. So now I gotta wait like 4 days for lug nuts to show up to put the other ones on. But yeah, that's how you do it. It even came with some Loctite, so you know you can put that on there, and we'll get the lug nuts. We'll get all 4 tires on here, and then she'll be a roller again. And as far as the carburetor goes, we got gaskets to get the carburetor bolted on. But look at the size of these fucking tires. We went from 15s to 18, and it's just beautiful. I love it. She's focus. She's gonna be sitting up pretty good. Okay, so we got our recapped DOT tires. We currently have the tire up off the ground, and got to put a couple more bolts in the floorboard, and you know, then we'll have our rust fixed. But we have this up off the ground. I was gonna go take my aftermarket fuel tank, put it in here, cut the pump out of this, but I'm gonna need the aftermarket tank like the week after for the Honda van. So I thought, you know what, let's do our best to drop this tank, and let's just put the whole fucking fuel tank in there, you know? So from what I've researched online, you take this bolt out, you undo this, and then you pull the metal clip back, you untwist this plastic piece out, you undo all the bolts in there, you undo the fuel line, the electrical connector, and then the straps, and hypothetically it should fall right down, and then we can put it in the passenger seat and the passenger floorboard. So after a little consideration, I don't think I like this. You know, I plan on running without a cage. If I get time, I'll put a back seat bar in. But you know, I thought about putting it back there, but y'all know these humps are gonna get pushed over way before the fucking B pillar here. I don't know. I definitely not a fan of that. So we might cut the fuel pump out and put it in the in my small tank. So I just want to show you guys how rusty this is. Like, I put a Sawzall on both straps and it just fucking broke away. Like, she bad. We got rust up in there. You can see the frame. Same things on the other side. This car was gonna go to scrapyard, so I thought, you know what, it runs and drives. Let's put some tires on it and go fucking wreck it first. Now, I was gonna show you guys how to put the stock Crown Vic pump in the gray area tank. Well, I didn't know it, but the stock pump like goes down and makes like a fucking L shape and it physically would not fit in the tank. Like, I would have to like cut it apart, you know, let it dangle down in there, and then you got your wires being held on by gravity, and it just did not seem to go well. So after a little bit of internet research, I found out that the E2000 pump, which is what I run in my W bodies and on the vans, turns out it will fire up a Crown Vic. So I'm Clutch Marles, and here we go. So we got the fuel tank in, we got the battery box in with the vice grip clamps, we got the fuel pump, got the tarp because it's supposed to rain. The fuel lines are being held down with the windshield wiper. Like, all it has left is the doors kind of need 9-wired. Gonna take the front tires to my boy Caleb. We're gonna tube them, and then this thing is pretty much track ready.